What's up, YouTube? Here's a quick one. Motor's out of the car. Obviously, you know I'm putting in an LS4. So now it's just about tearing down the LS motor, which I'm going to be doing pretty much this afternoon, and just kind of see what I'm working with there and making lists of, you know, parts and upgrades and things like that. And everything looks good. Nothing seems broken or bent or just other than this stupid thing, which we've already covered. Everything spins freely, feels tight and right, but I'll ask around on some of the forums just to make sure. I don't know if I need to crack this open and have somebody look at it or not, but if I'm going to, now's the time to do it. I'm beginning the tear down of this LS motor. Started just taking off the spark plugs. Check that out. See that? So I put a light in there. I don't know if this will come out on camera, but let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see down in there. That's not good. Not good at all. So I know that piston's trash. I don't know if this head is going to be trash or if that can be fixed. I'm not sure yet. These are aluminum heads and aluminum block. I may have to replace that one, I'm not sure. I'm going to pull the other plugs and see what other surprises are in store for me. Please excuse the profuse sweat running down my face. I think this is one of our first 100-degree days here in Texas. I don't have a shop. I'm just the little guy working in his garage, and I don't have a ton of space. You can see, obviously, I have both cars in the garage, and this is where I'm tearing it down next to my toolbox here, but this is my shop space, I guess, my workspace. It ain't much, but you know what? It's out of the sun. So when I got this motor at the junkyard, salvage yard, whatever you want to call it, obviously I didn't expect to take this thing and throw it right in my car and use it. Duh. I was gonna go through it. I figured at least the bottom end would be okay. Maybe I'd, you know, have to freshen up the top end or something. Whatever. I'm stuck doing a rebuild on this motor, and I'm fine with that. You roll the dice. Here I am, stuck doing a rebuild on it, and that's okay. Because once it goes in the car, I know that it is 100% good to go. And while I have it all apart, I can do some upgrades to it. You know, maybe a little bit of a cam. We'll change out the valve springs. I don't need to do anything crazy. I'm not, you know, running high horsepower on this. This thing's rated for, I think, 300 stock, which is plenty for my application. But if I get a teensy bit more, I'm okay with that too. I don't remember what it cost me to rebuild a Chevy motor the last time I did it, so I'll just kind of keep track and keep you posted on what it's going to cost me to go through this motor and get it freshened up, ready to go back in the car. The original engine's out, sitting on the side of the house. If you need a Delorean engine, hit me up. I really don't have any plans for it, so it might end up either getting torn down, parted out, somebody can buy the whole thing, and if nobody wants it, I'll turn it into a coffee table. I drained the oil. There were no metal shavings or anything in the oil, but this cylinder was completely full of oil. You can see there's still oil in there. I've just been kind of putting rags in there trying to soak it up, but this thing was up to here with oil. Looked like the Exxon Valdez in there. You guys are probably too young to remember that.
Can we do these ones too?
No, just keep going with all these.
Oh.
Yep. I'm gonna take that whole valley pan off. Hit it hard like you mean it.
I am.
Zip, 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 zip. I have found the problem. And there she is. That is most of a spring, some of a spring, and the rest of the spring. That's not supposed to be that way. Yes, that definitely should not be there. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it didn't look like it scored the walls, thank goodness. I won't know until I get it out, but if that's the case, then I might be okay with just honing. I'm not sure. We'll take a look. That's pretty gnarly, though.
What is it?
So this head needs to be replaced because that is just, take a look and see how gnarly that is.
Ooh, that looks like
So when pieces broke, what happened was the motor was still running, and it was literally just pushing pieces up and shoving them into the cylinder head. Now this is all aluminum, so that can't be fixed. I'm gonna have to replace this head. Now one of these, this cylinder up here is filled with oil, and I'm not sure why. So we need to be very careful that oil doesn't go everywhere, because I was soaking.
Do you want me to go get one of my cleaning towels?
I guess it looks like it dissipated a little bit.
Well, because they're trashy towels.
No, I don't want you to do that. Let's see.
They're on the way.
I know. No, that
Is it just because it's...
that just blew that out completely when that spring broke. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Okay. All right, now we'll take oil pan off. So that is an oil pickup.
I don't remember putting that.
You probably did not do that in your model. The story I got from the wrecking yard was the motor was in a car that drove in. It was smoking, but you know, running and driving. So it did not completely trash the cylinder wall. So it's extremely possible that this didn't happen until maybe like right as the car got to its final destination inside the lot, or whatever, like right as they were shutting it down maybe is when this happened, because it does not appear that this motor has been run for, you know, any length of time with all of that damage, because it would have just destroyed the cylinder wall and probably a ton of other stuff inside. Here's the piston. Completely cracked down the side, blown out on the top. And when it comes time to get this thing back in the car, hopefully I will have my helper come back out and give me a hand. So a while ago, I actually got her a visible V8 model, basically a scale model of a V8 engine, and she had a blast building this motor by herself. She did a great job, and now she got out here and got to mess with the real thing. So that was pretty neat to see her out here enjoying herself as she was helping me take this thing apart. Thanks so much for watching. Stay hungry, stay foolish.